You get in that goddamn shower, hit the bar of soap, put a little water on it, and rub it all underneath your armpits, around your balls, and your fucking asshole, would you, you smelly prick? Here's a tube of toothpaste. What you do is you pour some of this out on a little toothbrush and you scrub them fucking gimmicks in your mouth. They're called teeth. Get all that yellow shit off of them. Your breath don't smell like a motherfucker. You understand what I'm saying? Deodorant. It's a miracle worker. You put it under your fucking armpits. You get me? You fucking Viking? Last but not least, your old trusty hairbrush. This thing does a goddamn wonders if you got some fucking hair. I ain't got no fucking hair.
You didn't even come close.
It's time to play the game. Time to play the game.
Say the line. Say the line.
What up, y'all?
No, not that line. You know which one.
What? Time to play the game?
Yeah. Alrighty, everybody. Welcome back to the podcast. We're back. I'm on. I got roid rage right now, actually.
Yep.
Not on steroids, though. It's just rage, really. Because I saw Mr. T, and he's a fucking freak of nature, and not in a Scott Steiner cool way.
Yeah.
Freaks. Alrighty, so we are live here. We are here again. You know, I think it's kind of a chilled out day. We were all fucking hanging earlier, and Cowman is dead. So R.I.P. Cowman.
Yeah, R.I.P. Cowman.
For real.
He was like in and out of consciousness the entire time we were talking to him. To start it off, before we say hello to chat, Mr. T, how are you doing today, you unenthusiastic gay boy?
I'm doing all right. Can't complain. I'm looking forward to doing this. I'm looking forward to the top 5 heel turns. And
Oh, yeah, you really sound like it.
Yeah. What do we do? I'm on 4 hours of sleep. I'm tired. I stayed up last night.
Wake the fuck up, Samurai. We got a fucking
stayed up watching that Dick Cheney movie with Cowman last night, and boy,
that was watching Dick with Cowman last night.
Whoa!
I said Dick Cheney, but okay. Anyway, that movie was something.
The werewolf.
Oh.
Yeah, that movie was some.
Yeah, it was, dude. Christian Bale, phenomenal performance. Everything else, wow, what a fucking scumbag.
Yeah, that is true. Actually, I like Christian Bale. He's all right. Speaking of Christian Bale, Bulldog Man bitch, how are you doing?
Doing good. It's been a good week. Good week for wrestling. Well, since I don't have to watch AEW this week again, so. But I'm gonna say it. I hate the international crowds. I don't care if I'm a hot or not.
Yeah, heads up, Trey. You're roboting a little bit. I think it's your headset.
Robot boy. I think Trey's dead.
Okay, I'm back.
Yeah, try leaving the stream. Come back, Trey. You're still roboting a little bit. It's pretty bad. Yeah, there we go.
Well, Trey died, and we'll never see him again. R.I.P. Can we have a moment of silence for Trey? Let's. You know what? Let's
get to the chat.
Let's get the chat. Yeah. And it's just
Jackball Casuals.
That's right. We can't say that one. We can say this one. This stone cold hygienic video almost sounds like AI.
Yeah.
There
we go.
A Canadian crippler. Oh. No. I do like that band, but no.
Yeah.
Whatever you need, I'll take it. I can play that on guitar, by the way. It's really fun.
Yeah.
You just go power chords and the little harmonic. It's really fun. It's a good song.
It is.
It
good
is.
song.
It is a good
It's not
song.
like you could. It's not like you can whip that out anywhere and not be like everyone be like. Anyone who knows is going to be like, "What the fuck?"
Yeah.
Everyone else is going to be like, "I've never heard that in my life."
Yeah.
For a reason.
Anyone born before or after 2007.
7. Yeah.
This is great.
If you're born after 2007, you just might think it's a cool song. But yeah.
Yeah. You were born
Fuck them.
before. You know the what the.
So Trey, you want to go
What
back
it
on that
means.
rant you were talking about before you were
Oh.
turning into a
Yeah,
Muppet?
Yeah.
shit on those crowds, boy. Shit those
Hot
crowds.
take. Yeah, I don't like the international crowds. It's starting to get really annoying. And not all of them. Like Australia last year was pretty good. The Saudi crowds are actually, I'm going to say it, they're actually decent.
Well, I
And
mean, they're held
usually-
up against their will, but that's a different story.
Yeah, that's a different story. And then, like
Tomato,
England,
tomato.
it's mainly Brussels where they were on Raw. And the Cena promo, really good, by the way. They nearly ruined the segment with the fucking chants, especially at the start of it. I'm not going to lie. It was the constant singing. Whenever Cody comes out, the 5-minute Seth Rollins, doing the O's for fucking ever. It's kind of getting annoying. And I'm getting also the discourse around it's bothering me. Like, and whenever WWE does an American show, everybody freaks the fuck out. It's like, why isn't it international crowd? I'm like, you're getting 3 fucking shows. You're getting shows in the summer, also in August for Clash in Paris. Why the fuck are you complaining? And truth of the matter is, WWE is an American company, so there is that too.
Well, it's also
And-
the world's biggest market.
Yeah. And are we gonna act like American crowds aren't great? Money in the Bank 2011, WrestleMania 17,
I mean,
WrestleMania 40 last year.
I'm gonna be honest with you, Trey. The last WrestleMania, the last crowd I remember being hype in America has got to be probably the night after WrestleMania 31. That was in San Francisco, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
San Fran.
Yeah,
That-
San
Oakland,
Fran.
Actually, it was in Oakland.
Yeah, it was in
Yeah,
Oakland,
well,
but yeah,
yeah.
it was in that
I
area.
mean, close enough, right?
It was in the hood.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. The hood brought the heat, baby.
That show, like between that show and the night after WrestleMania 32, that's the only 2 crowds I can think of offhand. Besides, like the
a lot of them were international.
Yeah.
People who flew in.
yeah,
Yeah.
like that was like the last time I saw like a hype crowd in the States. That's just my opinion. I don't have a problem with the crowd. The only thing I have a problem with the crowd is that they didn't chant when Cena said you can't, the whole stupid meme thing. The fans
Mhm.
should have chanted, "We all see you now."
Yeah,
What a phony piece of shit you are. They missed the opportunity on that one.
Fuck you, fuck you, fuck you.
Yeah. Yeah.
it's
like-
more the discourse around it that's bothering me.
And here's the thing, since Trey brought it up earlier about AEW, we'll talk about it briefly. That fucking spot with the stupid spike bat with the nails on Moxley's back.
Oh, good
God.
fucking lord.
Yeah.
Also,
All
Edge
for
doesn't
not
have to
even
take a pin.
700K.
Yep.
Not even all for not
Yeah,
even breaking.
they didn't even break 700K. While you talk about that, I'm gonna bring up the exact rating that they got.
I believe
And-
it was 686,000 that watched.
Yeah, something like that.
think.
And
I could be wrong.
they lost to NXT's apparently lowest rated
Here's my thing.
episode.
Here's my thing. Sorry, Trey. I gotta go off on a little tangent a little bit.
Go.
The spot is so stupid. You did it on free television for one. Number 2, the nails didn't even look sterilized. They look like they just came out of a freaking graveyard or some shit. They look
Yep.
like they got like disease red all over.
They almost
'em.
look rusted. It almost looks
Yeah.
rusted.
And here's the second thing, or third off. If you're gonna do that spot, why did they not do that Revolution?
Yeah.
At least people paid to see it happen. You gave it away on free television. What the fuck are you doing?
Imagine if CM Punk hit Drew McIntyre. They did the Hell in a Cell match, but on Raw for free.
Yeah, it's so stupid, man. It's
And
so
it's-
dumb.
And the Marks defending it, like, oh, but because Bully Ray called it out. They're like, "Well, you built your career being put through tables. There's a difference between fucking tables and
Yeah,
a
well,
bat of
And
spikes."
plus,
Sorry, there's
a lot of discourse online. People are saying, "Oh, don't worry about if they get thrown off the TV. Just enjoy what you're watching." Me seeing a guy getting impaled by nails is not enjoyable.
How's that
to me.
enjoyment?
No.
Yeah.
Yeah,
This is why I don't watch like Nick Gage matches because
I don't like CZW. There's a reason CZW is a fucking is obscure for a reason.
I don't even think Combat Zone Wrestling's a thing anymore. I think it's done. I think it's now GCW now, right?
But yet, or that style of wrestling, but
Yeah.
Well,
they're
it's-
all
it-
obscure
even-
for a reason.
Like ECW is about as far as I would go where I feel comfortable.
Even TNA like pushed it a bit,
Yeah.
but they don't do that shit every week, and they did it at pay-per-views.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, they're not cutting people with pizza cutters. You know what I mean? They're
No.
not putting like the whole thing with Janice. Remember the whole thing with Janice when I said quote unquote he took Abyss took out RVD with Janice.
Yeah.
And there was blood all over the floor. We didn't see it. It was the illusion. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? It's like we didn't want to see.
Yeah,
guys
it was
getting
like,
impaled.
Hey, you know what? That's fair because remember with Christopher Daniels the other week on Dynamite, he was just on the floor.
Yeah.
Oh wait, never mind.
beating the yeah.
Well,
The
Ric
medics
Flair-
who were looking at him and then run away and then run back, all on camera. One of
He
the
pulled-
worst segments of. Oh, it's bad.
Well, that's Tony's fault. He doesn't have production meetings with his people. So it's like they don't know where they're supposed to be at. It's like
Yeah.
God. Anyway. So yeah,
I mean,
do you see
backstage, you could use like blood packets.
Yeah, I don't like the idea of that spot. Like, if I want to see someone get jammed with a bat of spikes, I'll watch a horror movie for that. I'll watch Michael Myers do that to somebody.
Yeah, I don't want to see
I
that
don't
happen
wanna
in real life.
No, yeah.
and that's another thing to me that pisses me off. I don't know who's more stupid at doing the move. The guy giving it edge or the guy excuse me, or the guy taking it. It's like
Guy taking it.
you
Guy
both
taking
look
it.
stupid. I mean, it's like why would the guy doing it agree with you in the back anyways of doing it? Like and I'm gonna give Cope, Edge, whatever the benefit of the doubt. I'm pretty sure he tried to talk him out of it, but you know Moxley.
I could see. Yeah, I think he definitely would have tried to talk him out. There's a reason Brock said you're fucking retarded to Mox. There's a reason. It is getting more and more proven right.
Yeah.
And remember, there's the whole fucking Steve Austin podcast thing.
Yep.
I'm not a big. I kind of thought he lost his luster a bit after that Seth Rollins feud.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
The one, not the one where Roman had the first one right after the Shield broke.
Oh,
After that,
the 2014 to 2015 feud.
yeah, that one. I was like, after that, I was kind of like,
I liked
don't
Ambrose
care.
up until really the title run, and then that Austin moment on the podcast. That's when I lost all respect
Well,
from like when.
Well, really, it made no sense because Roman got fucked up more than Dean did. I mean, yeah, Dean,
Yeah.
you know, he got messed up. I thought they were going to go into the direction between Roman and Seth.
They probably
I like-
should
yeah.
have, because
Yeah, I
obviously what it's leading to now. Because that's gonna, I guess that'll be one of my. That's gonna be one of my turns. But Seth created a tribal chief in essence.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Did you ever-
I mean, it's AEW right now is fucked.
Oh, yeah.
Although I was looking at the ratings, they almost beat NXT this week.
Yeah, NXT is like this is the lowest rated one this week, and I think it's partially because I think isn't it March Madness this week? Isn't that what
It
happened?
is.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's
Yeah, I think that's why. But it was NXT was
down
decent.
by like I don't know, like 40,000 viewers.
Really?
Yeah. And thing is, I mean, Dynamite didn't have to go head to head with March Madness, although that sometimes is a detriment to AEW though, because what if a game's scheduled on a Wednesday? Then they're gonna get preempted. That's gonna fuck with their ratings. So I think it ends up being kind of a wash when stuff like that happens. But yeah, it's just I don't know, man. It's
And that spot could have went bad. What we didn't even talk about that. What if that spot went bad?
Oh, he could have paralyzed himself. He could have
Yep.
paralyzed himself. He could have gotten one of those nails. God forbid, it could have. One could have pierced his fucking taint if he mistimed it.
Yeah.
I mean,
Or what if it hit a certain artery because they slammed him too hard and they got
And he's
But
lucky
no.
enough, he's lucky enough it didn't penetrate him so hard, it collapsed one of his lungs or something like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just like, it's
Yeah.
so-
well, it was on his back, right? So it would have to go.
Yeah.
If it went that far, oh fuck! But it was pretty
yeah.
long. Like it was just a stupid spot.
Yeah.
There's
No.
no need. If you're gonna do something like that, do it like a light tube, which
Yeah, light
still
tube.
not
I would have been
great,
fine.
but
I would have been fine with the light tube. Yeah,
yeah, the light tube's still not great, but it's
Great.
better than whatever the fuck that is.
I mean, even TNA did light
It's-
tubes. That's why I'm okay with it. Because if the other companies occasionally have done it, I don't hate it. It's just
I'm gonna say my last piece on this. I think we should move on to the stories.
Yeah.
It's indie-rific bullshit on national television. Tony's an idiot. He doesn't want to tell his guys no. Trust me, if I was Moxley's boss, I'd tell him, no, you're not doing that. That's stupid. Number one, you
Yep.
can get injured. Number two, you're taking away from I'm paying your contract, so I'm not going to pay for you to do stupid shit like this, to go in there almost paralyze yourself, and then take 6 weeks off or whatever. And it's like, oh, I got to let my back healed.
granted.
It's so stupid because you take 95% of your bumps on your back. So why would you want nails to go
Yeah.
in your back for?
Yep.
It's so
Yeah.
stupid to me, man. But
And why
Man.
are you gonna do this if you? I don't know if he's gonna be wrestling. I assume not on Collision, maybe not even on Dynamite. But it's like,
oh no,
why
don't
didn't
he
you
wrestled-
do? You should, if you're going to do a spot like this, do it at a big event and have it be a write you off TV type of thing.
Yeah.
should have
Oh,
been-
yeah.
It should have been a Revolution, Cream. It should
Yeah,
have been a
Revolution.
Revolution 2 weeks
Yeah.
ago. If they're going to do
Yeah.
it, if that's what Moxie
And
wanted,
they fought at Revolution 2 weeks ago. It would have been perfect.
Yep.
yeah,
Yep.
that's
But
what I'm
it
saying.
still wouldn't have been perfect because it's a shit spot that shouldn't have fucking happened.
And it was a
Yeah,
fucking
remember-
and it was a house worth of 7,000 people in the crowd versus 3,000. There was only 3,000 people in the crowd apparently. That tickets were sold for that show in Omaha.
This is the same Tony Khan that let Darby Allin climb a mountain, though. You got to remember that.
Because Tony doesn't want to buck their feelings. He doesn't want to hurt their feelings. He wants everyone to be his best friend because apparently if you yell at the dude, his life becomes threatened. He's a fucking idiot.
It's just this is probably one of the worst run companies I've ever seen.
Oh,
It might be. He's the male
it's
Dixie
probably
Carter.
worse.
I've been saying it. He's the male Dixie Carter. He's arguably
No,
worse
that's-
than Dixie Carter.
That's not even fair to Dixie Carter.
If you want to compare
No.
money wise for over signing people with money, probably. But actually running a fucking company, no, not even close.
She was more competent. She
Yeah.
was more competent.
Not
Yeah.
even close. Well, not by much, but still, she's better than Tony. Tony just wants everyone to be their friends, right?
Yeah.
You can tell he's
Yeah.
a very lonely fella. He needs all the friends he can get, so he don't care if he has to pay for them.
That's true. Hey, speaking of colossal fuck ups in companies, we'll go from AEW to another company that fucked up a lot, and now they're not around anymore. WCW. Yes, we're gonna talk about a WCW legend, former world heavyweight champion, a man who got his ass beat by William Regal on Nitro. Yes, or was it Thunder? I don't remember.
Oh, it was on Nitro. It was on
It was Nitro. It was Nitro.
Mhm. Alrighty, we're gonna talk about Goldberg. Now, Goldberg did a interview with, I believe, Ariel Helwani, who is Ariel Helwani does some wrestling interviews. He's mainly a MMA guy. Most famously, he's the guy who broke the Brock Lesnar Mark Hunt fight at UFC 200 and then was banned from every UFC event because of that. So that's him. He's an actual journalist. He does this stuff. So he was interviewing Goldberg, I believe, and that's where we get this wonderful little clip from.
And we presume here are some of the images. Triple H, Paul Levesque is in the ring as well. We presume like we are building towards something. This is pro wrestling 101. Although nothing ever happened in the aftermath. Why?
Yeah, there's probably a reason for that. I'm a WCW guy, man. They want to accentuate the John Cena tour and all that kind of stuff. And if anything ever happens, I'll pop out of midair and
Brother, I just want to pause this. No, there is no way in hell that Goldberg showing up at a WrestleMania is going to take away from the John Cena heel.
No, fuck no.
It's
Especially
literally
now.
not happening.
Especially now.
You could maybe argue that it would take away a little bit from it if it was him returning for the first time. But we had that happen in Survivor Series in Toronto how many fucking years ago? He's been back and doing stuff consistently for the last, I don't know, 5, 6
2016?
years.
2016,
2017
basically.
2017, I think. Yeah, something like that. But it's been about 6-7 years of him on and off. You're not taking away from John Cena.
No.
Like, I'm
Especially
sorry,
with
you're not.
this recent development with John Cena. No, Goldberg.
I like how Trey went full journalist with it. Recent development. Ooh.
And
Okay, let's do. We
Let's-
want to
yeah.
just hear the rest of this shit?
Yeah,
'Cause it's
play-
not
play
very
the
long.
clip.
Yeah, let's hear this.
Yeah, hold on, real quick. I got something to say when we get done playing this clip because I got some
Okay.
points that I want to bring up. So yeah,
all right, let's
Do
let
my
the fucker
thing,
talk.
wipe my hands clean of it and leave, and they'll be done with me. So there's a lot of truth to that, but hey,
What do you
man,
mean? What do you mean? What are you trying to say here? You lost me there for a moment.
Come on, man. I'll always be a WCW guy.
Still, you still believe
Right.
that?
Look at how they treated Sting.
But you were there longer than Sting was. That was like a cup of coffee.
No, well, you mean a WWE?
Yeah.
Yeah. Because I was talking to Booker T the other day, and if you don't get into the wrestling business, wanting to be a part of the pinnacle of the wrestling business, which is WrestleMania and pay-per-views as they used to be called.
Yep.
Then you're crazy, right? And so I had goals to attain at the WWE, but the reality is, when we were going head to head, we were kicking their ass. They were kicking our ass. It was back and forth like a big heavyweight fight. And I'm a football player innately, man, and they were the enemy, right? And I still believe at the bottom of my heart, at the end of the day, it's still kind of that way a little bit.
Oh, okay.
What?
The next clip, I did not link it. The next clip, he tells everyone how Vince McMahon was his guy, but immediately started to bitch about how he didn't get his retirement match when he was promised against the last match against Roman. And by the way, someone called in. I have a message from somebody that wants to say something to Bill Goldberg.
Oh.
Bill Goldberg. All
right, yeah. Anyway, here's my
That
point.
did not come in at all. That was awful.
Okay. Well, anyways, fuck it. I don't give a shit. Anyways, here's the thing.
You're like, we'll edit it, and you're like,
Fuck it.
nah, fuck that shit.
Fuck it. Here's the thing with Goldberg. Doesn't make no sense to me. Okay. Number one, if that was the case when he came in the first run, okay, in 2003, you came in, you took on one of the most elite performers at the time, one of the most popular guys in the company, in the world, The Rock. You wrestled against The Rock your first night in.
And
first
won.
match against The Rock. You beat The Rock clean. Then you go in there and win the world title. And by the way, if they didn't have any value in you, they would have never booked you to be the world champion anyways.
They wouldn't and they wouldn't have booked him. Like every time him and Evolution were together, he always bitched out Triple H majority of the time. Triple H usually needed like a sledgehammer or something.
Now look, do I think his first run was kind of shit? Yeah. But that was Bill being paranoid like he is now. You come back from when did you come back? 2016.
2016.
Right?
Yeah, 2016.
2016. He got the 2K deal. And 9 times out of 10, when people get the 2K deal, they either come back to the company or they're a part of the Hall of Fame or some shape or form, right?
Yeah.
What he just said, if you go back and watch that second run he had, he beat Brock Lesnar in 15 seconds in the match because he couldn't go. And I know why he couldn't go, because I had a friend that trained with him. Not gonna, dox anybody.
Well, is this another one of your fucking sources?
This is it. No, I swear to God, on the stack of Bibles, I know why that match was short. I know why. I'll tell you guys off stream. I swear to God.
Mm-hmm. Well, I think it was kind of public that everyone was like he wasn't in condition to go.
No,
and that's why.
It wasn't that. I'll tell you what happened. But anyways, he comes back. He beats Brock. He comes back again. He beats Kevin Owens for the Universal Championship. Again, they put another fucking belt in you. So they saw equity in you. You beat Kevin Owens like a putz, which I don't give a fuck about Kevin Owens. I was all right with it when you beat him. Then you go in there and drop the title against Brock at WrestleMania that year. Then you went away for a little bit. Then you came back at the Rumble in San Antonio. You came back and did that shit. You came back. You took on Roman. Was supposed to take on Roman at the pandemic at WrestleMania. The pandemic happened. Then you went over to Saudi Arabia, or before you went to Saudi Arabia, beat Bray Wyatt for the Universal title again. in
Yeah.
Saudi Arabia and killed the Fiend. The Fiend was already having problems anyways, but you really killed that off too. And you tell everyone, oh well, I didn't know what to do. I didn't make that call. That was Vince. I'm not a guy not going to change finishes. Okay, whatever. You beat Braun. I think Braun Strowman beat him for the title.
Yeah,
during
Braun
his career.
Strowman. Yeah, because that was a replacement for Roman.
He went away. He came back. He had another run. He wrestled against Bobby Lashley, which that feud was kind of like, didn't really care. He went away, and then he took on Roman in Saudi Arabia.
Yeah, when it was Tribal Chief Roman. Yeah.
And we haven't seen him since. He's not been in the ring since then. And then when he goes in there and says this shit, it makes no sense to me, man. It makes no sense to me whatsoever. Because
Does he?
Because now he's all mad. He's like, oh, well, I guess I'm not working against Gunther now.
I
Here's my
think the real reason they cut that match, the Gunther match, Triple H saw the reception with that. They were teasing that. They were like, okay, we can't do this.
Well, and I forgot too. He had that match against The Undertaker. Remember, he had that match against Undertaker and dropped him on his fucking head with the jackhammer. He literally gave him a brain buster. He literally gave him a brain buster because he was concussed. So yeah, Bill, they really think you're the enemy. The company's been out of business for fucking 20 plus years now. And don't compare your run to Sting and yourself. Yeah, I still say Sting's run was not the greatest thing in the world, but I don't think they purposely went out of their way to bury the fucker.
No. It was just Vince being a dumbass. I really think it's just that. It was just that.
And I know Vince made that stupid comment. You know, you fed Michael Cole that line at WrestleMania, like, "Oh yeah, Sting, this is what a real crowd is." That was definitely a jab at Sting, working for all those years in Atlanta, right?
Yeah.
But again, they tried to put a world title on Sting against Seth Rollins.
Yep.
And again, he wrestled for the championship. If the WWE or any company did not see any value in you, you wouldn't be challenging their top guy for their their prop. So
Look at Booker T.
Yeah.
And
Bill Goldberg's an idiot. I don't care. He might be a nice guy, but when it comes to wrestling and business, he's a fucking retard.
the fact he really, like you mentioned, he beat The Rock, who's one of the pillars of the Attitude Era,
Yep.
clean. He beat Triple H, another pillar of the Attitude Era, clean.
Yeah. Well, me and Trey said our piece. What do you got to say, Cream?
Fuck Bill Goldberg. No. I look, Goldberg's all right. I mean, he's okay. I'm tired of him like complaining about shit. Shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah.
care anymore. It's the same thing with Brett. I mean,
Yeah, I felt that way about
reason
Brett.
because you booted him in the fucking skull. But like,
Yeah.
just at some point, people just want you to shut the fuck up, and
it's
like,
It just doesn't make any sense to me, man.
Like,
I
let
said-
it go.
I know
Be
you
a
walked
Hall of
away.
Famer.
Yeah, like I know you walked away, Cream, but like I told Trey, if the WWE saw no equity, they would not have put the fucking title on him twice. No, 3 times,
Yeah.
honestly.
3 times, yeah.
yeah,
And one of them was the big gold. One of them was the big gold.
And they wouldn't have done like their high
Legendary
profile
gold.
matches, like against the Undertaker in Saudi Arabia.
And keep in mind, I just thought about it. He's one of the few people that beat Triple H during the quote-unquote Reign of Terror.
Yeah.
He did. I always forget about that too.
Unforgiven 03. Yeah.
And arguably, I
Even
could
against
still,
The Rock, bro. Like,
that's what we're
Jericho
saying.
does this whole thing too, and he's
And
like,
remember, Rock was coming off
Yeah.
beating Austin at 19.
Yeah,
yeah,
I think it was the night after WrestleMania 19. So yeah,
Yeah,
he
that's where
literally just
Goldberg
had
debuted. Yeah, that's
Austin's
when he.
final match,
yep.
and then comes
Old Billy
big
Boy.
old,
And then he
Billy
did it at
Boy.
Backlash, if I remember,
Yeah.
Backlash 03.
Yeah.
Billy Buster, as the kids call him.
But the point is, he keeps on saying that I'm from the South. They see me as the enemy. They fucking won the war, motherfucker. Why
Oh,
do they
that-
care?
Didn't they have him beat him Brock at 20 also? He beat Brock at 20, right?
Yeah, and they both fucked off and left the company. So
Yeah.
no one actually went over. The fans got pissed by
Yeah.
both of them. They told them to
Oh
go fuck
my
themselves.
God, what a fucking idiot.
I don't know, man. Goldberg's he's retarded.
Just
I like him as a talent,
stupido.
but he's fucking
Stupidio.
retarded.
Okay.
Hey, so he
Currently, chat, I'm actually setting something up right now. So we'll see. We'll see.
yeah. But yeah, it's just it's
Second.
goofy to me, man.
With that though, I will mute myself for a bit while I set this up, and you guys will talk about my hero, Alberto El Patron.
Oh boy.
Oh, Del Rio.
Oh boy. We talk about this idiot. Oh good lord. Yeah, let me get my cheaters on because this is gonna be a fucking doozy. This piece of shit. My God.
Yeah.
Alberto El Patron has been reportedly received a wrestling ban in Tijuana following the incident with a fan during a AAA show. Fans reportedly threw coins at Patron, which resulted in him jumping into the crowd to confront the fans. He then seemingly threw a chair towards the fans, which resulted in another chair being thrown. An elderly woman was hurt during the incident and taken to a local hospital. In response to this, the Tijuana Wrestling Commission took action and banned Patron from wrestling in Tijuana for 6 months. Now, look, he should know better with his own people what they're going to do, right?
Yeah.
This is Mexico. You know they're going to be rowdy. Hell, people in Puerto Rico would literally get coins, heat them up, and throw them at wrestlers in the ring that they didn't like. Of course, these fans are wild. All right, they don't give a fuck. Now, do I think I would have thrown a chair if there's an elderly woman there? No, but rage does a whole hell of a lot to you. So I can't. In a way, I don't like Del Rio at all, but I can see why he got pissed at the fan. Right? I can. See
Yeah,
why.
I can see. I see that part. This isn't like obviously the other incidences he's done.
Yeah.
Where
no one's ever going to touch him from a main company. WWE,
No.
AEW, TNA, nobody. He's done. I don't even think even Japan wants him.
He had 2 opportunities at WWE and fucked it up, and one of them he beat John Cena.
Yeah, that second run was so weird though.
It was to this day I'm like looking back. Why was he the one that broke Cena's, United States title
why
run?
Why was he with Zeb Coulter? Why was he
Yes,
with Dirty Dutch Mantel? Dutch Mantel was about people. Dutch Mantel's gimmick was supposedly being against people that were illegals and Mexicans and stuff like that. But all of a sudden, the next following 2 years, he's aligned himself with the Mexican that he was trying to get out of the company. It's like, what?
Yeah, they never. And then the League of Nations, if you remember that.
Yeah. I actually thought that was kind of cool group. Honestly, you had Sheamus, you had Wade Barrett, you had Rusev, and you had.
I like the idea of it.
Yeah, I like the idea too. I mean, they basically stole the idea from WWE 12. Remember that?
Yeah. Yep.
When they had Sheamus, what was it? Sheamus, Drew McIntyre, Wade Barrett, and William Regal.
Yeah, Regal. Yeah.
Yeah. I think they were called the United. What were they? The United
Nation is something. It was
something like. It was a pretty catchy name, if I remember right. But yeah, they basically just took that storyline and applied it to TV. It's only they did, but still. It was still something I kind of liked. Their entrance theme was kind of shit, but besides that, yeah. And Cream
left, but Del Rio, it's the same shit with this guy. I mean, everywhere he goes, he gets himself in fucking trouble.
Oh yeah, always.
I mean, the stuff with Paige, you remember that?
Yep. Hey, he was the world champion for TNA, and he got fired. They stripped him because of what happened.
Yeah.
And he was supposed to be the new face of GCW, GFW. Sorry, Global Force Wrestling. He literally beat Bobby Lashley to be the unified champion.
Beat Bobby Lashley.
Yeah. I think it was at Slammiversary that year.
What a fucking moron, man.
That's when Jeff Jarrett came back and was running shit for them for a little bit.
It's like dude had it all and he just does that.
Yeah, dude. Drugs, man. They'll do it to you. Drugs will fucking do it to you. And I think the second time he got fired, I think he got into a fight. I can't remember. Was it the first run or second run? He got into a fight.
First run.
Yeah,
The
'cause some
first
guy
run
made
where,
some guy made a Mexican joke and he smacked the dude or something like that.
yeah, supposedly it was like a joke, I think, but he tried to say it was a racist comment. But the
Yeah.
more the more I hear, I'm like, he probably just made a joke and he got pissy about it.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, what Jack of all casuals says in the chat. Alberto gonna be Alberto.
Yep, he's gonna Alberto gonna Alberto. It's yeah.
Like I said, he's pretty much done. But yeah. Well, on that note, Cream, if you can hear us from the great beyond, you want to pull up the next story, big fella. It'll be a surprise to everybody, including ourselves. do, 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 do.
Do.
Oh boy. Yeah, we run a real professional show here, guys. Real
Yeah.
professional. It's fucking dope.
Yeah, we're total professionals here at
Total,
Pin Down
total.
Podcast.
Totally. But yeah, well, I guess we can talk. I guess what the stall a little bit, Trey.
Yeah,
Let's see. Yeah, I
I
guess
guess we can talk.
yeah, go ahead, go for it. You
Like,
lead it.
you want to talk Cena's promo really quick?
Yeah, sure, why not? We'll talk about it.
I thought it was really good, honestly. I'm happy they justified not changing his gear and all that and his theme.
Yeah, I liked it a lot. I thought it was good. I thought it was good promo. I didn't have a problem with the fans. Like I said, the only thing I had a problem with was when the fans didn't say "We now see you." I thought that could have been something that was like,
Yeah.
that was just a softball right there waiting for you guys. Don't know why you didn't take it, but I thought the crowd was nuts. But going back to the promo, I thought the promo was good itself. The problem I had from Cody's part was how he was all happy, lucky, go-going guy, right? He was all smiling,
Yeah,
high-fiving people. This dude embarrassed you not even 3 weeks ago, and you're out here, pandering to the crowd. I get it. But they still could have done the whoa shit while you were getting down to the ring and telling
Yeah.
Cena what's up.
yeah, that's what should have happened. Yeah, the weird. Yeah, I get it. You can't just be happy go. This dude like made you bleed.
This guy embarrassed you in front of God and everybody, and you're out here like pandering the crowd, high-fiving kids. That was not the time. He should have brought the energy that he did 2 weeks ago on SmackDown and the week before when they were at the Garden energy.
Yeah,
He should have been that Cody Rhodes. He should have been that pissed off. He should have been telling Cena where to get off at. And when Cena called Cody a kid, Cody should have smacked the microphone out of his hand or something and tell him, "You talked enough. Now your time is up. My time is now." Just do that.
oh,
Why
yeah.
didn't you not just do that? Like that was just like I don't understand why they didn't do that part.
Yeah, it was right there.
That's the one thing about modern wrestling I don't get. If someone beats you down the one week, the next week you come out with a smile on your face, like, "Oh, jolly gee willikers, guys. Let me come out here."
Yeah,
and do
that's
something great."
yeah. I've never liked that booking ever. It's like
No.
you got your ass whooped a week before. Why are you like?
Dusty. That's why I said, man, Dusty knew what he was doing. When Dusty got beat up by the Horseman, he didn't go over there and freaking high fiving people. Dusty was pissed, and he was on the Legend know that he was pissed.
Austin, Stone
Yeah.
Cold. I mean,
Yep.
Stone Cold, Triple H. Like they sold it. If they got their ass kicked the week before,
Yep.
they were ready to commit murder the next week
Oh, no, in Minecraft.
in Minecraft. But like, you know what I mean? Like they were ready to they wanted.
Yeah, they were
They
going to
wanted-
kick your ass. You did something to them, they're going to bring it back tenfold to you.
Yep.
And Cody didn't do that. I don't understand why he didn't. And I don't know whose decision that was. But like I said, Cody should bring this fire. He should be pissed. He should be like, if we're going to use like a movie analogy and we're going to use like something like Star Wars, he should be channeling the dark side and the force and balancing it out. That's what he should
Yeah.
be doing. I didn't get that at all. But yeah, and then plus last night too, that show in Italy, that segment between Roman, Seth, and Punk.
Yeah.
I thought it was good.
It was good, minus the the fucking crowd doing his Seth's theme.
Yeah.
But the brawl was good. It got me hyped for a triple threat. I didn't think I was gonna be hyped for.
Here's my thing about the brawl. I liked the brawl, but I thought it was too stagey and too choreographed.
Yeah.
Honestly, and I know it sounds weird to people. It's like, well, you watch something fake. It should have been something like legitimately. You want to blur the lines? Okay, throw some real haymakers. I'm not saying bash each other in the face, but do some gut shots. Do something like that. Don't be like, okay, I gotta wait for this guy now. He's coming over here to beat me up. Just go in there and just fight. Like literally, just don't give a fuck about anybody else. Just go in there and just kick each other's asses. You want to sell it? Then sell it that way.
Yeah.
Because there's a connection between all three of these guys. And it's weird. If you think about it, Punk has wrestled against every Shield member since he's been back.
Yeah.
First with Moxley in AEW, then with Seth, now with Roman. Now Seth and Roman. So
yeah,
there's a lot of history there. Unlike what Dave Meltzer said a couple weeks ago. There's no story here. Okay, Punk didn't want Roman to be in the fucking Shield. He wanted Chris Hero. WWE wanted Roman in the Shield. CM Punk trained Seth Rollins. The story writes itself, dude. It's like it's so stupid.
Yeah,
man.
Rollins already hates Punk, and he already hates Roman.
Yep.
And then Reigns is like,
yeah, Roman hates Seth, which I think it's pretty stupid about the way his reasoning for Punk. Oh, well, you eliminated me, and we just teamed with each other like not even a month ago. It's every man for himself.
Everyone when were we friends?
Yeah, because we had that. Remember, Trey? We had that connection in the War Games match. Our wise man,
yeah,
Paul, our common denominator, Paul Heyman. That's what brings us together. Yeah, Jack. What Jack said, I can't highlight the comment. Yeah, Punk made the Shield. Now he's fighting with his creation. Yeah, he is.
Yep.
Yeah, and it makes sense. And Dave is just over here on his radio show telling everybody, "Oh no, there's no story there." What?
Yeah.
What a fucking idiot. Chat, we can't move forward different story because we do not have access to the story. So we definitely gotta wait till Cream gets back. So I guess if you guys got any questions or you want something that we can discuss till he gets back, drop it in the comments.
Yeah. Oh, Cream's back.
Oh, there we go. I think you're on mute.
Yeah. I fucked something up. That's all. Okay, where are we at?
We just got done talking about Alberto.
Oh, Alberto
Albatron.
Fucking Alberto del Taco. Yeah, let's go. All right. Let's move on to Kenny Shamrock, baby.
Yeah.
This one's we're gonna go pretty quick through these next two. They're not huge stories.
No.
So it has been rumored for like the 15th fucking year in a row that Ken Shamrock will go into the WWE Hall of Fame.
I hope it happens because he deserves it. I consider him a pillar of the Attitude Era, especially that mid-card division at the time.
Yeah, dude.
Well, plus it makes sense too because the UFC Hall of Fame's in Vegas too, right?
Yeah.
He's part of the corporation.
Yeah,
corporation.
Yeah.
Multiple-time Intercontinental Champion.
Special guest referee for the Brett and Steve Austin match at 13.
Yep. He was there for that iconic moment. Yeah.
Yeah.
Didn't he stop Brett from continuing to beat up Steve afterwards?
Yeah, after he passed out.
Yep. Oh, he's that chair shot from The Rock, if you remember.
Oh, yeah. Well, let's not forget the most iconic thing from Ken Shamrock in WWE is when he told his sister to smack him.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was pretty good. Remember when he started dating the woman who was playing his sister?
Yeah. Yep.
We're keeping it in the family, folks.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I hope hopefully this happens. But here's the real question: who's going to induct him?
Rock.
The Rock makes sense, yeah,
Yeah,
because they had a big feud in the Attitude Era. I mean,
yeah.
break down that triple threat with him and Mankind.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, literally gooners together. They were good. They were good. Oh my god.
The only thing I wish he stayed around long enough to face Kurt Angle.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
That would have been good. Well, we can't forget about his TNA run too, so they can use his like TNA footage too in the video package.
Yeah, he had a solid TNA run, even well into his age.
And plus, he went back to TNA too a couple years ago. He was wrestling there too for a couple years.
Yeah, he was, man.
Yep.
He's had a fucking pretty stellar career.
Oh yeah.
To be honest, like legendary career.
Theme slap too. I loved his theme.
Oh, it was so good.
Yep.
You know, I always wanted in the Attitude Era. Like, I was like, damn. You know what they should have done? A tag team of fucking Ken Shamrock and Dan Severn.
Yeah, they never full on teamed up.
Well, they hate each other in real life. That's why.
I know, but they should have done it. They should have forced them to.
They wanted to like legit. They wanted to do them against for they wanted him and Dan Severn to wrestle for the NWA title. Apparently, that's when he had all the championships. But yeah, they didn't want to do the job to each other. So I'm like, yeah.
I can imagine that they didn't want to.
Kind of hard to
Either
do it.
one of them.
Kind of hard to do a feud where no one wants to lose. So yeah.
Yeah.
No, you could have done it. They could have just hugged it out and shit.
I mean, Matt Hardy and Edge, Vince did, and Shawn and Brett. I mean,
yeah. Yeah, but I'm looking forward to this. So hopefully this happens. So we'll see what happens.
Same.
I hope so as well. We will have to wait and see, though. So with our next one here, real quick, this was, I guess, inevitable. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, we knew this was gonna happen. Ray
Yeah.
Phoenix is officially signed with WWE.
He's out of Tony Guantanamo Bay, as they call it.
Tony Khan, Guam Pom Pom, London, Guantanamo Bay. Yeah.
Yeah,
I
this
agree.
is inevitable. We knew this was happening. We knew this is going to be going down. Apparently, he's going to be going to the SmackDown brand.
Yeah, they've already been doing little teasers. They've already been doing little teasers from and Aleister Black.
Yeah, keep him far away from Penta. I know that sounds bad. Keep him far away from Penta because Penta is over like Grover right now as a single star. So
yeah,
just don't. Yeah, let them do their own thing.
Just for now. Yeah, I agree.
For now, yeah.
Just for now, let them do their own thing, and then when you bring them in together, dude. Ooh.
Yep. Yep.
Ooh. Oh
We shall
baby.
see what happens.
Oh baby, that's gonna be good. All righty, we are now at the time, the point in the time and point in time where we are going to give our top 5 heel turns. Before we do that, make sure to like, share, favorite, and sub for more content like this, bro. And make sure to check out the Discord as well. Whoa, that's crazy. We're using bandwidth
bro.
and shit. All right, coming in first, coming in hot and steamy. We're gonna do your boy Trey,
All right.
aka Bulldog Man Bitch. Tell us about your top 5 in detail, and we will critique whether you are a good human being or you deserve poo.
All right. My number 5. I had to cut one of these turns out, and obviously it's Triple H, but I had to pick the 2002 turn. The 99 turn was like gonna be it originally, but the 2002 turn created Evolution. One of the greatest feuds ever was Shawn and Triple H. The way it also made Michaels, that moment in the Elimination Chamber at Survivor Series, as the final 2. That's my number 5. Number 4 is Seth Rollins, just because that was such an iconic moment. And then number 3, Roman Reigns. Number 2, not Stone Cold, John Cena. We got to debate where this goes, but that's my number 2. And then number 1 is Hogan for obvious reasons.
Yeah, I can see that. Definitely, I can definitely see that. Yeah, I can definitely see that. I'm trying to think what else I was gonna say. I totally lost my train of thought. I'm surprised you don't have the one where Austin aligned himself with Vince.
That's my worst heel turn of all time. The moment was cool.
Yeah.
Everything after just.
It was definitely something.
And I think the Seth Rollins turn created the Roman turn in essence.
Yeah.
So that's why I had to put both of those there.
Yeah. Jack of all casuals. Trey's pick. Trey's
Scared scream off. But yeah, like Seth hitting that chair and the guy saying no.
Yeah. Yeah, he timed it perfectly, that guy did. That's for sure. Let's see. You said Hogan? Yeah, Hogan definitely is number 1.
Yeah.
It has to be.
There's that created the Monday Night Wars and what it created.
Yeah, it changed the business forever. It really did.
Yeah.
It did.
And Cena's was just to finally see it happen. We haven't seen the result yet fully, but to finally see it finally happen is like, I had to put that on the list. And then Roman, because the 1,000-day run, which also spawned, obviously, even the results of Roman's title run is still being kind of carried right now, with Cody.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
That is true, man. Yeah, that's a pretty good list there. Mr. T, what are you thinking here? What do you think is your top 5 heel turns?
Okay,
I don't
so
know why I said it like that, but fuck you. That's fine.
If we were going to do a top 10, I'd definitely have more picks from like other promotions and stuff like that, from like WCCW, like where the Von Erichs get turned on by the Freebirds. They turn on the they turn on the Von Erichs, stuff like that. Other companies, but since we only had 5, I picked up the 5 that I could think of the best. So starting off with number 5, I got Stone Cold dealing with the deal with the devil at WrestleMania 17 with Vince. Regardless of what people want to say, I wasn't crazy about it. But that heel turn from Austin changed a lot of things. For example, it pretty much killed the Attitude Era.
Oh yeah, it did.
As soon
Which
as
you were not a fan of. You were more of a fan of the before the Ruthless Aggression era came in, when it was really bad, right?
Yeah. Let's see. But like I said, the whole run with Austin, he never should have turned heel. Austin should have been babyface. He should have gotten the help from Vince with the steel chair, beat the fuck out The Rock, win the match, and then as soon as he goes in there and shakes Vince's hand, he would have stunned him and then beat Vince's ass. That's the way I would have booked that, but that's just my opinion. Number 4, I got Andre the Giant turning and aligning himself with Bobby the Brain Heenan.
That's
iconic.
Oh, that's a good
That's
one.
iconic. Yeah,
Ripping
very
the
iconic.
on Hogan, on Piper's
Yep.
Pit Wall.
Mhm.
When he wasn't
Hogan's
even-
reaction.
When he wasn't even trying to, he was trying to rip the shirt, but he accidentally got the cross, and plus he cut Hogan with his nail.
Yeah,
Oh.
all the little homie.
Oh, oh, yeah. I don't think we can say that on YouTube, but
The
yeah.
homie acts. It makes the word homie and the Hulkamaniac.
Oh my god. Oh no.
Anyway,
Oh no. But yeah, like I said, that did, that heel turn did a big business for WWE or the WWF, because after WrestleMania, they did that rematch on Saturday Night's Main Event, and they averaged 1 million viewers that night. That's when Earl Hebner made his debut in the company with the whole twin referee spot.
yeah,
Yeah.
the greatest debut in history for Earl Hebner.
Yeah.
Remember, he started doing the cripple cross face on people.
Remember freaking Hogan's reaction when he went there and he's like, "There's 2 referees, brother." And I'll never forget the interview he did with somebody. I think it was Mean Gene. And he's like, "How much was the plastic surgery, brother, to get it done? What happened, man?" And he started crying.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take this to Jack Tunney. I'll take this to Supreme Court, brother. How much money did you pay him?
The Jack
$1 million,
Tunney
man.
Supreme Court.
Fucking Hogan,
Oh
man.
no.
Yeah. I don't know
Oh
what's worse.
no.
Well, I don't know what's more of an iconic move for Hogan at Saturday Night's Main Event. When he's over there talking like that to Mean Gene, or when Liz gets hurt and he's like grabbing her hand and like asking Dick Ebersol what the Tizime was.
What's
I don't know
the
if you guys-
on, brother?
You guys ever seen that clip?
Yeah, I remember.
God, no.
Oh God, Cream, it's hilarious. They showed they shot. Somehow they went early in the production backstage, so they were showing what they were all setting up for. Liz is laying in the bed, she's waiting for her cue, and Hogan's grabbing her hand. He's crying. He's like, "Oh God, brother, what's the Tizime? How much time we got to the Tizime?" And Dick Ebersol's mouth was just wide open, and he's like, "We're live." And he's like, "Oh God, Liz, I can't believe he did that, man."
Oh, I can't believe you're dead, brother. I'm not dead.
I'm still alive, brother. It's so
still
nuts,
living,
man.
brother.
But like I said, that heel turn did a lot of business for Hogan and did a lot of business for the WWF. Because I think Andre only wrestled 4 more years, maybe not even that, and he retired.
Yeah, it wasn't
Yeah.
that long after he retired. Yeah.
And,
I
you
blame
know,
that on the Bushwhackers, to be honest.
oh no. But yeah, but moving on. I got Vince, Mr. McMahon screws Bret Hart in Montreal.
Ooh.
Yeah, that's an
That's a
iconic
good
one.
And I was
That would have been on my list too if he had top 10.
and I was contemplating on replacing it earlier with Bischoff because people can say what they want. Bischoff as a
The
performer.
Bischoff one was crazy, yeah.
Bischoff
Yeah,
was
plus he
good.
was first. Plus he was first. Bischoff was
Yeah.
first, and then Vince copied it. Let's just
But
be
the real biggest heel turn with the NWO was actually Virgil joining the NWO.
no, it was the Giant. Let's just
The Giant.
Fuck. The Yeti. The Yeti's
The Yeti.
it's the Yeti. But
triumphs him for 40 minutes.
God, that pay-per-view is so bad.
So
Oh my
fucking
God.
awful. I can't wait for them to put it up on YouTube so we can watch
Oh,
it.
They probably will during Halloween time. But yeah. But yeah, again, that heel turn for when Vince screwed Brett, regardless if he wanted to do it or not, made them a lot of money in the long haul.
Oh yeah, it created the Vince McMahon character.
Yep, it created that McMahon and all. You know,
That's good shit, pal.
And it still amazes me. And it still amazes me.
some venom.
It still amazes me how Vince thought that he was going to be the babyface out of that entire thing. It just amazes me
just-
about that.
Because he's awesome. He's cool.
It just shows everyone how much out of touch he was. Honestly,
Yeah, even back then.
that's just so stupid, man. You just screwed one of their heroes. Of course, they're going to fucking hate you.
Yeah, what?
I don't get it. But moving on, I'm gonna go with John Cena sells his soul. That's number 2. The reason why I put this number 2 is because we don't know how this is gonna go. We're in the we're still in the beginning process of this whole heel turn. This heel turn can be really good, or it could be really bad, right?
Yeah.
In the next few months. John Cena turning heel in his last year is very risky. Kudos for him doing it, but is it going to pay off in the long run, right? So that's why I have that as number 2. Number 1, I don't think it's a spoiler. It's got to be Hogan joining the NWO, ally himself to National Hogan or National Hall, excuse me.
The moment he does the leg drop,
Yeah, it's just no one, for example, it's like Jesus Christ turning heel on somebody. No one would ever expect that, right? No one expected Hogan to do what he did. Drops the big leg on Mach, boom, done. And the story's so crazy because Bischoff wanted Sting to join, which
Yeah, that would have been wild.
bad,
nah.
bad.
Yeah.
It wouldn't
Well, you
work.
saw that with the Wolfpack.
Yeah. Well,
I don't
Wolf-
even
at
think-
least Wolfpack had a cool theme though, and weren't they like baby faces? Isn't that what
Yeah,
they were?
I
They're
don't-
the baby face NWO essentially.
I don't think Sting was a heel in NWO. I think he was
No.
more like a tweener at that point.
I never saw Wolfpack as heels. They were like the
Yeah.
tweener NWO essentially.
Hey, the Wolfpack is back
because of
from
mass
Mass
destruction.
Mass Destruction.
Yes, he's back. The Bad Boys of Wrestling.
NWO.
You're expecting it to like rhyme, and then you just get din 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 din. You get like spooky. This is Halloween.
Don't turn your
rap
back
beat.
on your. Don't turn your back on the
Don't turn your
Wolfpack.
back on the Wolfpack. That was the best part of WWE 2K17 was Wolfpack Sting
Yeah.
was in it.
Yeah, with the goatee.
It was cool.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was nuts, bro. But yeah, but like I said, Hogan's number one for me because of how much of a mass business it did for everyone, WWE and WCW.
Subtly
it's-
created Austin and Rock
it-
in a way.
it created a gigantic mushroom cloud of a boom for everybody, for in the industry. It was crazy. But yeah,
Yep,
that's
that is
my
that's
top
pretty,
five. Yeah, it's my top five. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you
that's
off.
pretty good. Well, I was just saying, fuck you.
Oh, yeah,
Um,
yeah, that's what I
no, I
meant.
was just saying that was a pretty good list. All right,
Yeah,
ladies
yeah,
and
yeah.
gentlemen, time for the main event. My list is the definitive best list. Okay, all other lists are gay. So
Ah.
at number 5, I had a really hard time picking this one. This one was the hardest of them all, I think, because there is so many good ones, right? There's so many
Yeah.
ones that I left off, like Andre, Steve Austin, fuck it,
Ric
and
Flair turning on
Shamrock.
Ric Flair
Batista's
turn-
was good.
Ric Flair turning on Dusty Rhodes and the forming the Horseman at the Omni, breaking his leg.
Yeah, well, that's actually a good one. I started listing off really bad
It-
ones. Another good one would have been Seth turning on the Shield. I don't have that on this list, but what I
Ooh.
do have at number 5 is Triple H during the match of X-Pac versus Shane McMahon at WrestleMania 15. This is one of the fucking best heel turns, in my opinion. I love it, mainly because X-Pac gets beat up. No, this is when-
Gets beat up.
this is when you get Triple H joining, the corporation, right? Or
Yeah,
whatever
and
the fuck
along with
remains of the
China, who just
corporation.
earlier that night seemingly rejoined DX, turning on Kane.
Yeah. Yeah, so you get that whole thing going on. I get why people don't really. I think this is somewhat of an unremembered moment in WrestleMania 15 because the two big moments from there are obviously Rock Austin 1 and the Big Boss Man being fucking hung.
Yep.
So
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
So-
Same thing.
yeah, so people forget about this, but I don't, and I really did, enjoy this
mean,
heel.
It created the game. Like a couple months later,
Yeah.
his hair started going shorter. He stopped wearing the tights and started wearing trunks.
Yeah, he started getting the music that went. It's
Yeah,
just,
my
you know,
time. My
Yeah.
time. Yeah,
Well,
like
Speaking of Triple H, guess what? He's back, number 4, Triple H 02, baby.
that's
I
a
don't
great
even
one.
li- I don't even really like Triple H. I don't know why, but I just really like his heel turns.
His heel turns are great. Like the moment he hits the pedigree on Sean, and then he was revealed to be
Yeah.
the one who slammed Sean's head into the car.
He fucked that guy up. He fucked up.
Sean was
Julius,
like,
man.
"It was you, Hunter," and then Triple H dropped the facade. It was fucking great.
You damn right,
Great. And
Sean.
then, like you say, it leads to evolution. It leads to that really good feud between Triple H and Sean in 02, 03, that area.
That unsanctioned match and one of JR's best calls. Do you have no heart? Do you have no conscience?
Got no soul, damn it. Elimination Chamber we had a little bit after that as well with the shit brown pants and Triple H almost
Yeah.
dying. So, those were pretty good moments.
And even the
Hey,
Armageddon 3 stages of hell was fun. I enjoyed the 3
yeah,
stages
that
of hell
was
match.
that was pretty good.
Yeah.
Hey, speaking of Shawn Michaels, guess what I got in number 3, baby? The Barbershop. That's a great
Yeah,
one.
that's
Yeah.
iconic. Iconic.
It's
Yeah.
so good. And yeah, we kind of knew it was happening. everyone knew because they kept teeing it up for months and months that something was going to give. And then they brought the two of them out there, and it was like, we knew it was going to happen, but you didn't realize it was going to go through the fucking window.
Yeah.
No.
It's an iconic moment that actually, honestly, I don't think people bring up as much anymore. I don't know if it's just because so much time is away from
Time.
it.
I think it's time.
Yeah, but it's such an iconic moment that, yeah, it's got to be up there.
I think a lot of people don't want to bring up Mario Jannetty for two reasons. Number one, they think he's gonna,
Yeah,
die
it's his
today.
Facebook.
And go on Facebook and book how he kills people in Minecraft.
Yeah.
In Minecraft, yeah.
Yeah,
They really want to go read Marty.
had the local cops come to your front door. Oh no, it's an angle. It's a storyline, brother.
It was a meme. Memes, bro. He gave himself the Invader #2 defense in the Bruiser Brody shit. I'm like, oh no, bro, it's an angle, homie. Oh no. So at #2, I have Cena at the Elimination Chamber. Yeah. That's gonna be a moment. That's a fucking moment everyone will fucking remember. In 20 years, the only thing that people remember Travis Scott for is this moment. I'm calling
if
it.
they did the turn like 2012, I think it would have hit obviously bigger, but it still works now.
Yeah,
No one saw it coming.
I didn't think they'd actually pull the trigger. I didn't think they'd actually do it.
No,
I was like,
we were watching it, and I said, "Oh, what if Cena's the Rock's champion? It could work. They're both Hollywood boys." And then everyone was like, "No, that's stupid." I was like, "All right, guys, I guess."
No, it's just one of those
40 minutes before it happened.
Well, the signs were there, right? Like with the three fingers, like the Rock.
I said,
yeah,
the three fingers was because the same thing.
The way
I said
Cena
that when we
won,
were in the cage, and I
too,
was like,
he immediately took advantage when Punk got curb stomped. Like Cena normally wouldn't have done that.
Yeah, that is true. It's but it's really good. I mean, it was just a well-timed one.
Yeah, I agree.
We ended up finishing up watching that, and we were all just like, "Holy shit, this was fucking great!"
Yeah, I was amazed. Like
the only heel turn better than this one on that pay-per-view was obviously Naomi. Okay, so anyways, at #1, obviously, did all three of us have Hogan at Bash at the Beach at #1?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
I don't think we need to go over it again. Yeah, it's fucking great. The whole thing with Bobby Heenan being like, "But whose side is he on?" Doing a Bobby Heenan thing, and then it just happens, and he fucks up my boy Randy.
Everybody's throwing fucking bottles at them.
They beat the shit out of that fat fuck who starts climbing in the ring. It's great. Classic.
Yeah.
And that's
Hogan's heel promo after Delivered too.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing real quick too before we got close up shop for the day. Bischoff's, like we said, Bischoff's idea was to do Sting to join Hall and Nash. My question was, if you're gonna say the WWF guys are invading you, wouldn't it make more sense to have Macho or friggin' Luger be the third man than Sting?
Yeah.
Because
Luger would have made the most sense, I think.
Yeah, because Luger just came off their TV not even a year before, and Macho has been off their TV for almost 2 at that point. So it's like, why didn't you just use them as to be the guy? Like, okay, well, Hogan doesn't want to do it. We'll just turn them to, because they're the only recent guys from WWF that has a big name equally to Hogan, honestly.
Yeah.
So I don't understand why Bischoff's big idea was Sting. I still don't get that at all.
Big Ting Sting, baby. That's what they call him.
If I had a non-WWE turn, I would have probably put Bobby Roode in TNA when he turned on James Storm.
Yeah.
When he hit him with the bottle like that, that was a great moment.
Yeah.
Bottle boy.
Yeah. If we had top 10, I'd definitely have more picks, but yeah, that's our top 5.
I would definitely have the moment when David Arquette won the WCW World.
Rock becoming the final boss, honestly, would be up there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who else? Eugene when he did his heel turn.
Oh my god, you turn on Hacksaw Jim Duggan. Like, what was Vince thinking? We're gonna make the special needs guy a heel. What?
Remember when they
You know
turned
what? That's my canon number one pick. I'm switching it. It's Eugene's heel turn.
On Hacksaw.
Oh no. Well, with that,
Yeah.
ladies and gentlemen, I think it's time for us to get the fuck out of here.
That was Cream's impersonation of Eugene right there.
That's me beating a backsaw Jim Duggan.
Yeah,
Hopefully he
that's
doesn't
true.
pull his gun out.
Yeah, that's
So
true
defend
too.
his home.
Yeah, Jack, that's true too. But yeah, Hogan was contemplating it because of Linda at the time. Yeah, it's a long
Linda
story about that
McMahon,
one.
baby.
Linda McMahon didn't want him to do it, if I remember.
No, Linda Hogan, but yeah,
Linda
No,
Hogan, but
Linda McMahon.
No, but
That's
Linda
his
McMahon,
real
apparently that
lover.
was true. Apparently that was true. Like, I think I heard in the attitude. The Vince
Wait, what are you?
doc.
What are you talking about, bro? I don't know what's going on. Trey, what are you talking about? We're talking about the WCW Hulk Hogan. I said Linda
Yeah.
McMahon is a joke, and you're like, yeah.
Yeah.
no, I think Trey's talking about WWF because that was a.
Oh
a
yeah,
rumor
yeah.
trail.
They were
Yeah.
pitching that, for him
Yeah.
to go heel.
Hogan said he wanted to be Hollywood.
That one was the Linda Hogan.
Linda Hogan, yeah.
Yeah, the WCW one was Linda McMahon.
It's two blonde bitches, so who gives a fuck?
Yeah, who gives a fuck? Yeah.
Oh no. Just like Trey says, blondes have more fun. That's why he's dyeing his hair blonde.
Totally.
To get a blonde bowl cut like he's Tyler the Creator. Okay, and with that, let's get the fuck out of here. All right, everybody.
Oh, that could be a
Make
good
sure you do
video
all the things.
idea, Jack. Worst 5 heel turns. I already get all my number.
Oh shit. You know what?
Eugene's up there. Austin for me is number 1. Honestly, Edge in 010. Remember when Edge turned in randomly in 2010?
Yeah.
That was stupid too.
Yeah, the premium years of the 2010s. Yeah, creatively.
Whatever the fuck they're doing in WCW nowadays with just turning people back and forth.
Oh, Goldberg. That has to be up there for worst turn because Goldberg hated it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
A lot of dumb shit. Trey, tell the people what's up.
I got a video coming up soon. I'm gonna review Universal Soldier, but that's about it.
Mr.
And I'm gonna watch a movie called Snow White and 7 Samurai. I'm not kidding you about the title either. That's a movie. That is a legit movie title.
Hi, Mr. T, tell people what's up.
nothing much. Gonna be doing some stuff with the channel, so stay tuned on that. Versus us always saying go to the Discord. We're actually gonna do something. It's a shocker. We're gonna actually put stuff in the description section of the fucking channel. Shock.
Boo.
Yeah.
Fuck that shit. That's gay.
Yeah.
Boo.
Besides that,
All right.
nothing's planned.
All right, Trey. Tell people what's really up. Tell them what's really, really up.
Not much. Just
I got it. Do you have your passport? Did you get your shots? Girl, would you like to come back with Rob to America? America. Do you have your passport? Did you get your shots? Girl, would you like to come back with Rob to America? America. America.